Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith. We're down here with the Kern County Raceway Park segment. We got Steve Hughes and Cody because we're going to be talking about car racing and motorcycle racing.
Absolutely.
So,
Good morning. How
a lot
are
of
you,
stuff
Mike?
going on. I'm doing well. How about yourself,
I'm
Steve?
great, man. I'm great. Ready for a big weekend.
A big weekend following your opening weekend.
Well, yeah.
Well, your regular season opener, I guess.
Well, yeah, it certainly was. We're kind of into that groove now where it's the NASCAR Wheeling All-American Series weekly shows. Our next big one, part of the Big Six, is going to be on May 21st. The Spear Southwest Tour returns, so we're excited about that. But we got a lot of racing between now and then that is going to be pretty exciting. And a doubleheader this weekend.
Doubleheader, you're running both dirt track.
Yes.
Here we go. Friday night. So let's talk about that first.
right.
We got Pro Stocks, B Mods, Mod Lights, and of course Mini Dwarfs. 'Cause
Absolutely.
What would it be without Mini Dwarfs?
Absolutely, because we want you to come out and enjoy that. Yeah.
I'm actually going to the theater of all places Friday night.
theater?
The theater.
You're going to
on
the
Friday
theater.
night.
Well, that's great. Great news. Very nice. Yeah, we're excited. I mean, it's a doubleheader. We kind of kicked it off Winning Wednesdays today on our Facebook page. We're giving away 4 tickets to the dirt track and 4 tickets to the asphalt track. So it's a doubleheader, Winning Wednesday, and we're just excited that we get to go racing 2 nights in a row, man. I'm tuning up the pipes a little bit.
Yeah. So this is the second, or the first,
Second dirt race,
second
of
dirt
the
race
season.
of the
Yeah.
season, which is basically one a month.
Yeah, just about. We're looking at adding some more events, but that's kind of, keeping that under wraps. We'll have a big announcement here coming up pretty soon.
Big announcement coming
Yeah,
up.
you bet.
But enough to keep it going, and it works out fairly well. The 7:30, a little later start than normal, but that's
Yeah.
the typical Friday night start time because
Right.
people have to get off work and get there and do
Absolutely.
their thing.
Gates will open at 5, just in case there are some folks that want to come out early and hang out and watch all the hot lap sessions and all of that. But we'll get started racing right at 7:30.
We're talking a little bit about the Mini Dwarfs, dovetails into last week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, a pretty good turnout for the pavement.
Yeah.
The pavement Mini Dwarfs show last Saturday night.
Yeah, we were real happy. Joey Yantis brought, I want to say 4 or 5 cars out there, so really added to the car count. We appreciate them doing that. Jet Yantis, of course, they call him Kid Rocket, finished up in second behind our winner, Trenton
That was a
Yurto.
pretty good race between those two.
It was.
Those
It
are
was.
two little good racers there.
Absolutely, and the thing is about halfway through the race, they both got connected and hooked up. They hooked bumpers and wound up in the infield. That brought out a caution, and then those two battled back to the front with Trenton Yurto getting the win.
Yeah, might as well list the winners. We'll just go in the order. Then after that, a
Absolutely.
familiar face for the senior Mini Dwarf division.
Yeah, 9 in a row for
9 in a row.
Kersey Young.
Started up front,
Yep.
which was like, oops, because starting her up front, she's gone. She was gone. She gone.
Yeah, she gone.
She gone.
She gone.
And she won that race going away, really, and just looked really good out there.
She
But
did.
then you got up to the bandos, where she started on the front row again, took the early lead. You had Jeremy Clark, you had Cabe McClenny up there, and those 3 put on quite the show.
They certainly did, and Cabe's younger brother, Cale, was right there in the mix as well, with Cabe getting the lead with about 6 laps to go and led the rest of the way. So he starts out his title defense in a big way with a victory in the Bandoleros.
Right. And some of his last year were kind of like Kiersey's,
Yeah.
not much competition, or got out front and nobody could keep pace with him. Looks like it might be a little different this year.
Yeah, I think the competition level in the Bandoleros has kind of stepped it up a little bit. Even though it was a caution-filled main event, and to speak to that, we had one crash that sent one of our young lady drivers just into the hospital. They had to do a little observation on her. I talked to her dad, Sean, on Sunday morning. She's doing fine. She's also a boxer, so. The doctor said, hey, you got to lay off the boxing for a couple of days, so she's on light duty for a little bit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Braylon Whittington, we hope to see her back, and she's doing fine.
Well, that's good to go.
Yeah.
Good news on that. And
Absolutely.
then you had the Spec Mods.
Great race there. Well, it was a great race from second on back. I mean, those guys were battling, but Kevin Callahan, we saw, him last year win 3 main events. We knew that car was fast, and if he didn't break, he was definitely challenging up there for the lead. Won by a pretty good margin, but from second back to 8th position, those guys were nose to tail for the majority of the race. And I'll tell you what, I didn't get too angry at Kevin Callahan, because if you want to go see a really cool video, go to Callahan's Facebook page, and I think one of his family members got that big drift 360 or however many spins that he did and lined it up right at Raymond's Trophy Victory Lane. So that's online. Now, I'm surprised that thing hasn't gone viral yet. So that was pretty cool.
That's pretty good. And then in the late models, Buddy Shepard set fast time.
Yep.
Drew to start on the pole. Had a good early battle with Cole Admiral side by side for about 7 laps there.
Yeah, that was great, man.
And then Buddy edged ahead in the high groove and got the lead and never looked back.
He didn't, but the thing is, I like the fact that Cole Adamo in the 40 car did challenge for the lead early, dropped all the way back to 4th, and then ended up working his way past the 15 of Lance Wilson to get 3rd. So that was some great racing there.
Racing Vernon second in that one. And now you've got cars again and Supermoto. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Full night on Saturday night. The late models return, super stocks, mini stocks, legends, the 911 Racing Series, all that going on, on the 4 wheels. And then we've got our debut of Golden Empire Supermoto. So we're happy to have Cole and Cody Cates. They're the promoters of Golden Empire Supermoto on board with us this year. And really, this year is the first time that we're going to see real Supermoto racing with a dirt section at the racetrack for all 5 of the remaining events that we're going to have at KCRP.
And different from the AMA Supermoto, where it was a standalone event, and so you could put dirt out in areas where you don't want dirt when there's stock cars running on the racetrack. You've been able to put the dirt section between turns 3 and 4 in the infield, right?
Absolutely. In that little area there behind where Frank's Radios sits. It was used as a parking lot for a lot of our officials, but we're able to utilize that in a kind of a horseshoe shape where they jump in and then have a berm and then have like an anthill that comes over and then another big berm and then they'll jump back out. But I'll let Cody Cates speak to all that Supermoto stuff. We're excited about them being here. Just the way that they run their program, we're very excited about it. And then having that dirt section, that's really caused a buzz in the Supermoto community this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody's very excited. Like Steve said, I mean, this is actually going to be a real traditional Supermoto race, and we're very excited to have KCRP want us out there.
So are they going to come down the start-finish line?
Hey, man, let me tell you this. It's not going to be a standard layout each and every week. They're going to, and that's a great thing. They're going to mix up the layouts of the racetrack. Sometimes they're going to go backwards to what we're normally used to seeing. They may even the start line may be on the back straightaway this year for a couple of races. So
start it back there, finish it up front type
absolutely,
of thing?
Yeah. It's going to be a mixture of all that, and I'm excited about that. When I heard about what Cole and Cody and his team have done with the safety, with their safety, the way they run their program, and then their ideas about having these different layouts of the racetracks.
So talk a little bit about this first layout, what it's going to be like.
Well, this first layout, I mean, we got an opportunity to check out the national track a couple weeks ago when the national was out there. It's always better to have a couple different minds and different eyes sitting out there on the racetrack. So like Steve said, we have multiple layouts. We have a little bit more freedom than we originally thought we were going to have, and so we're going to be utilizing the back straight, the front straight. We have our permanent dirt section set up in there. This is the first of a few different layouts, and we're really excited.
Now, this permanent dirt section, what's that, about an eighth of the course, but enough to? Well,
what basically we, like you said, AMA had a little bit more of a bit of freedom putting the dirt out there. We're lucky enough to have an established permanent dirt section over there in turns 3 and 4. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to offer a completely different skill set. People are going to go in there. There's going to be some jumps. There's going to be some berms. It might be slick. It might be a little wet. It might be a little dry. But it's going to give somebody an opportunity that's not necessarily as fast as everybody else on the pavement to get in there and make some moves and come back out. And it's going to be in front of the crowd. They're going to be jumping. It's going to be a ski jump back out into the pavement.
Nice.
It's going to be a great scene for the crowd.
And I will tell you this: it's 1,000% more dirt than we've ever had at Kern County Raceway for our regular Supermoto races. So we're excited about that.
It could be slick, wet, dry, meaning
you never know.
You'll change it up to
Yeah.
how you want it
Yeah.
and what you think might be the best for that night.
Absolutely, and I mean, just that section right there is going to offer a completely different dynamic to the Supermoto from the fan standpoint.
And you know what we saw in the AMA Supermoto National was that dirt section really does become the great equalizer.
Absolutely.
Just yesterday, Ernie Lyles celebrated his 58th birthday. So happy birthday, Ernie. I know I called you yesterday, but 58 years old. The guy finishes up in 4th place. In that AMA Amateur National against all those guys that are more than half of his age. But the great equalizer there was that second dirt section coming to the start-finish line. The guys that were running in 2nd and 3rd were scared to take that 90-foot tabletop. Now, we won't have anything like that in our permanent dirt section for Golden Empire Supermoto, but that's really where Ernie was able to catch him. And so we think that this dirt section, our permanent dirt section there, is going to offer that same type of stuff. And Cody spoke to it. You know, maybe guys don't feel as comfortable on the road racing side of Supermoto, but getting through that dirt and blasting through those berms and able to really pin it and jump out of there, they're really going to be able to make up some ground. It's going to make for some exciting racing.
What classes for Supermoto?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to be adding, in regards to people that necessarily aren't always comfortable or used to being on the pavement, we are going to have a sportsman class this year, and that is an entry-level class. All you need is just go buy some flat track tires or DOT tires. You can come out there, 21-inch front, 19-inch rear, and you can get a taste of racing on the pavement under the lights. A step up from that is we're going to have the amateur class. That's going to be a class that we're going to be offering prizes brought to you by Adventure Power Sports. That's going to be 17-inch rims, maybe a little bit stouter a set of brakes. And then we also have the unlimited class. The unlimited class is kind of run what you brung. That's the boys. They're going to be racing for the money.
And how many guys do you see out there racing? I mean, what is your expected entry numbers?
Right now, we're looking at around 15 people that we have going to be coming down for the unlimited class. We have people coming up from the south and down from the north. And then we have plenty of local riders going to be there. And we're looking around 8 to 10 people in the amateur class. And we have 7 people that have been messaging us left and right in regards to the sportsman class.
Great.
So we're really, I mean, that's a class we really want to get out there. Motocrossers, flat trackers, road racers. If you've got a 450, even there's going to be some 250 two-strokes out there this weekend. If you've got $35-40, you can go get some tires and come out there and race your buddies under the lights. So it's going to be a great time.
And compare that to the AMA National. We saw 22 riders in the Pro Open class. Yep. We saw 12 riders in the Pro Lights. And then we saw right about 24 riders in that Amateur National. So that Amateur National is what is really what the sportsman and that what was the second one? The
Unlimited?
No, not the Unlimited. There's sportsman and then
the Pro
for the
Lights.
AMA, the 250 lights?
No, for our divisions.
I have a sportsman, amateur, and unlimited.
So sportsman and amateur. That's that AMA Amateur National that we saw. That was 22 riders in that. And then that unlimited. So we're about 6 riders away from that field that they saw at the AMA National for those pro riders. So that's going to be exciting. And, hey, we're throwing in a dash for cash also, right?
Everybody's really excited. We're going to have an elimination-style dash for cash. We're going to take the top 4 unlimited guys, the top 2 amateurs, and we're going to line them up. We're going to go 1 lap, last place is eliminated. Line up again, go 1 lap, last place is eliminated. Down to 4 guys. 2 laps, race, $500, winner take all, dash for cash.
Yeah, we stole that straight from Mesa Marin, man. We stole that straight off of Larry Collins right there.
might as well if it works.
It works.
You know, and kind of our race weekend kind of kicks off tonight, and Cody's got a bike night down at Pyrenees.
Right, we have a bike night. Pyrenees is gracious enough to have us down there. We had a
pretty
great
good deal
turnout.
already.
Yeah, oh yeah. Food, bench racing. We're going to have some top-notch, top caliber, national caliber Supermoto race machines set up down in their back band room. We have a server, bartender, fully stocked bar ready to go for the bike night. The patio is dressed up, looking good. Like I said, all sorts of people ride their motorcycles down there. We're going to have, I know for a fact, at least 6 Supermoto motorcycles set up down there ready to go. You can come out, hang out with the riders, get some autographs. We're going to have some T-shirts, different merchandise for sale down there
and
this
possibly
evening.
some tickets to give away?
And possibly some tickets to give away. We're going to have plenty of tickets to give away.
Nice.
So if you guys, anybody wants to come on down tonight, meet the riders, enjoy some great Basque food down there at Pyrenees, we're going to be giving away tickets. We have T-shirts, beer koozies. I mean, it's going to be a great time.
Well, there you go. Pyrenees tonight. Dirt track
Doubleheader
Friday
this
night.
weekend?
Yeah.
Bikes and cars on Saturday.
Going Gonna be a big weekend for us.
Okay. Thanks
Yeah.
for stopping by, Steve.
Thanks,
we'll
Mike.
see you next week. We'll be talking about that and what's coming up at Kern County Raceway Park.
Thanks.
Thank you.